In this video are my SummerSlam 2026 winner predictions. So I'm going to predict who I think is going to win every match on the both nights, and then also what I think it's going to lead to. So let's get into it. All right, so let's start with night one. Up first, we have Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. This is going to be for the Women's World Championship. So if you've been following along my predictions for a while now, you know that I've been predicting Liv Morgan, Roxanne Perez, and Raquel Rodriguez match at WrestleMania 43, and I do think that Roxanne and or Raquel are going to turn on Liv over these next few months. I don't think that's going to happen right here. So I think that we're going to see Liv Morgan win this match, probably after she receives some help from Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez, but I could see them protecting Io Sky in the loss from kind of taking a clean loss. So I could see Liv Morgan retaining the title here and winning the match, but after like a distraction from Roxanne and Raquel, because I don't think WWE is going to do the split just yet. As I said, I think that's a WrestleMania match, so that's probably closer to the end of the year before they do that, just to build towards that WrestleMania match. So I'm going with Liv Morgan defeating Io Sky and retaining the title. Up next, we have Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi in a Hell in a Cell match. I'm feeling very confident that Obafemi is going to win here. I think it always made sense for Brock to officially retire in Minnesota, where he went to school, and with SummerSlam being in Minnesota, that just kind of made sense. So, yeah, I know they did the fake retirement kind of thing for Brock, but I do think he is going to officially hang up his boots and like leave the gloves in the ring and actually retire this time. I think they just did that to extend the feud and give a couple another um, months to this feud. But I do think the plan is for Brock to officially retire, and I think this gives Obafemi another huge win, and he's kind of cemented as WWE's new monster. So yeah, I'm going with Obafemi winning and Brock Lesnar officially retiring after it's over. All right, so up next we have Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk for the undisputed WWE Championship. I think that this is going to be a really good match. I think that CM Punk is going to win to retain the title, though. I think that if they were going to have a title change here, they would have just put the belt on Cody to begin with. So I think it makes no sense for them to have CM Punk return, win the title, and then give it right to Cody. I think more likely it's going to be a Randy Orton return, and he costs Cody his match, and then that leads to another Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes match because that feud is still kind of ongoing and still waiting on a resolution. Also, you could see somebody like a Drew McIntyre return and cost Cody as they were feuding before. So there's just a lot of people that could show up and kind of cost Cody the match, but I'm guessing that it is Randy Orton. So I think CM Punk is going to win the match to retain the title after some sort of distraction from Randy Orton. Up next, I have the six-man tag team match. So it's going to be LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Royce Keys versus Jacob Fatu, Jey Uso, and Jimmy Uso. So I originally had LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Royce Keys winning, but I've changed my mind. I'm now having the Bloodline win this match. I just think WWE is going to keep the Bloodline strong, and I think there's more story to tell here, at least from WWE's perspective. They're going to kind of drag this out longer. I could even see a Bloodline versus another faction at Survivor Series, so they're going to kind of need them to stay strong. So I could also see Solo Sikoa turning on LA Knight and Royce Keys here and officially joining up with Jacob, Jay, and Jimmy. So there's just a lot of things that could happen here, but I'm going with the Bloodline winning either way. So that would be Jacob Fatu, Jey Uso, and Jimmy Uso winning this match. But don't sleep on Solo Sikoa potentially turning on LA Knight and Royce Keys and helping them win and joining with the Bloodline officially. Up next, we have Gunther versus Nick Aldis. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Gunther is 100% winning, but don't be surprised if this match ends up being better than people are expecting. I don't know. I just have a gut feeling that we could see a really solid match here. But either way, Gunther is going to win, and I just hope it's not a 10-second squash waste of time. I think it's actually could be a good match. Up next, we have the six-woman tag team match. That's going to be the Bella Twins, Nikki Bella and Brie Bella, and Paige versus Fatal Influence. That's Jacy Jayne, Fallon Henley, and Lainey Reed. So since there's no titles on the line, I'm going to go with the babyface team winning. So that's going to be Nikki, Brie, and Paige. Nikki just showed up and returned from injury, and Brie and Paige recently lost the title, so I just think WWE is going to give them a win here, especially when there's no real stakes with no titles on the line. And then I see maybe a Nikki Bella versus Jacy Jayne match, which Jacy Jayne will win down the road though. But right now I'm going with the Bella Twins winning along with Paige. Moving over to night two, we have Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. This is going to be a phenomenal match. I do think that Roman Reigns is going to retain the title here. I see Roman still holding onto the belt and still kind of being the top dog for several more months, and then maybe I see him dropping the title at WrestleMania at 43. But right now against Seth, I just don't think they're going to do a title change. Maybe I'm wrong there, but my gut says Roman Reigns retains the title here after a phenomenal match. Up next, we have Penta versus Chad Gable for the Intercontinental Championship. This is going to be another phenomenal match. I hope that they get a lot of time. I think this could be the best match of the entire weekend. That's how much I'm looking forward to it. But I do think Chad Gable is going to win the title here. I think he has some great momentum right now, and I think they are going to put the belt on him. So I'm going with Chad Gable winning the title in what is probably going to be the match of the weekend. Up next, we have Danhausen versus Dominic Mysterio. So the stipulation is the winner will keep the $100,000 Danhausen stole from the Judgment Day. I do think that we're going to see Danhausen win after some shenanigans. I just think this is just going to be a fun little comedy match with Danhausen also like ultimately pulling some sort of fast one on Dominic, and I think it's going to be fun. But I do think Danhausen is going to win this match. Okay, so up next we have Trick Williams versus Baron Corbin. This is for the United States Championship. I've seen some people suggesting that Corbin should win here because he just returned, and this would kind of hurt him with fans. Obviously, lose right away. I don't necessarily disagree with that, but my gut just says Trick Williams is going to win to retain. I think WWE is super high on him, and I just think that he's going to keep kind of holding the belt for a while in this kind of mid-card spot, and then down the road, I could see Trick move more into a main event scene. But yeah, I just think there's no reason for Trick to win here other than them wanting to give Baron Corbin a win. But yeah, my gut says Trick Williams wins here. All right, so up next we have the ladder match for the interim WWE Women's Championship. We have Charlotte Flair versus Chelsea Green versus Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton. And as of recording this video, the last spot is either going to be Julia or Lash Legend. I feel good recording this video before that because I don't think either Lash or Julia are going to end up winning the title. So I think it's probably going to come down to Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. Tiffany is from Minnesota, so I expect her to go long and have some really good chances to win this ladder match. I do think she's ultimately going to get screwed over by somebody. I don't think she's going to get her moment of winning the title. I just think there's going to be a story where a heel shows up and attacks Tiffany and kind of sets up a feud with her. And I do think Charlotte Flair is going to win, and that is going to set up Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's Championship once Rhea is back. That's just what my gut says right now, and I've been predicting a Charlotte versus Rhea match for a little bit now, so that kind of makes the most sense to me. So I'm going with Charlotte Flair winning, and I do think Tiffany Stratton is going to be screwed over by somebody in this match. So there you have it. Those are my SummerSlam 2026 winner predictions. Let me know yours in the comment section below. Would love to hear if you agree or disagree with me on any of these picks. Sound off in the comment section. I love kind of debating with fans and giving me your opinions. Who do you think should win? Who would you book to win? All that stuff. Please subscribe to this channel for more WWE predictions. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy SummerSlam. Thanks a lot.